Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, and today I want to talk about a game called TL Origin, formerly known as Lineage Eternal, then known as Project TL, now known as TL Origin. A lot of names. Basically, this is a really cool looking game, and it's something that, it's been around for quite a while, in fact, a considerably long time, and it's one of those games that we've been kind of watching, following, waiting to find out more about, but there have been some recent developments that suggest we may be seeing it rather soon, and more excitingly, a lot of the time when I talk about these games, these kind of Korean-style MMOs, it's always like, yeah, it's never going to come over here, but excitingly, TL Origin is actually targeted at the West, so it is one of those games that it is safe to get excited about. So today, I want to get you guys caught up on the game, talk about where it's been, what's changed, what's new, that kind of stuff. So if you guys do enjoy this, then a like will be super appreciated. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think about games like this? What is your favourite MMO? Just completely random, but outside of that, what MMOs do you guys really like? I'm still super excited for Lost Ark. Don't forget, if you guys missed that one, check the video on the channel because we're going to be seeing that one in hopefully the not too distant future. And there's a lot of parallels you can draw between Lost Ark and TL Origin. Anyway, that aside, what is this game? So it's an upcoming isometric MMORPG by NCSoft. So that typical camera angle, Diablo style, Lost Ark style, Path of Exile, that kind of thing. I love these kind of games, and it's got an expected release date of 2021. It was originally planned as the next game in the Lineage series and a sequel to the first Lineage game, first announced in 2011 as Lineage Eternal. However, there were several development changes, and it's now planned as a first in a new franchise for them, and it's meant to be the start of a brand new universe. It was first planned as a South Korean MMORPG, but it's now actually been redirected as an MMORPG targeted for the Western market. So this is precisely why I say it's one of those titles that hopefully it won't be a case of, oh, we're going to wait another 6 years before we even see it. It's actually something that they're focusing on the West. It's somewhat similar looking to Lost Ark from gameplay, angle, and experience from the trailers, and for a while there were a lot of kind of, people sort of taking sides, so to speak, but honestly, they both just look fantastic. They do a really good job of just making combat look really impactful, really visceral, that kind of just explosive, action-packed combat. Like, you get a lot of that in these sort of isometric style cameras, but sometimes you walk through hordes of enemies and they feel, yeah, all right. But then things like Lost Ark come along and it just like everything just feels so cool. And that's what like TL Origin kind of has that same look. So, it's definitely going to be rather exciting. That being said, a lot of the gameplay we've seen up until this point has been from older gameplay trailers. Back in 2011, it was shown during a gaming convention in South Korea, and in 2016, they had the first Korean closed beta. So a lot of the footage is quite old. So obviously there have been a lot of changes since then, but it does still paint a picture as to what we can expect. So with that being said, what's happened? Why has it been so long? What's changed? That kind of stuff. So the game itself suffered from numerous delays during development. In NCSoft's Q1 2017 earnings conference, NCSoft announced that the development team of Lineage Eternal had significant changes due to a change of the game's producer. But it's not the end for TL Origin, as a new team continued the development process of the game with a new target. They changed the game engine from the proprietary game engine they were using to Unreal Engine 4. And with the new team and the new direction, they then changed the name from Lineage Eternal to Project TL in NCSoft's direct-to-cut private event. However, they have since trademarked both TL and TL Origin, standing for the Lineage and the Lineage Origin, which is currently expected to be the launch title. Although with 3 name changes so far, I wouldn't be surprised if it changes again. I mean, TL Origin still sounds kind of like a placeholder title, but whatever. So, with that being said, what else do we know? Well, in December 2019, NCSoft released their quarterly financial report, and in this report, they were still working on TL Origin actively and even had planned a test phase coming in 2020. So, could this of course be the planned beta they were talking about? And with the Western direction, it may well be something that we all get to experience. Additionally, they revealed a plan for a console port. Originally, this was planned as a PC exclusive, and they now have plans to release on both PC and console, although crossplay functionality is still unknown. So far, it looks like they're on track from their 2019 report, so we may well be seeing a closed beta this year ahead of the launch next year. Originally, TL Origin was expected to be released in South Korea. However, NCSoft recently stated that they'd previously had difficulty launching games that are successful within South Korea to overseas markets. So they instead announced that TL Origin is being made for the global audience with technologies and visuals that they are familiar with. Very encouraging, of course, for Western MMO fans, because it then means that we may well be invited into the test phase later on this year. We also have confirmation that they began internal testing on August the 31st this year, meaning we may be seeing more information, gameplay, in maybe even a trailer very soon. So, with that being said, What else do we know? Well, for those of you guys, obviously top level, want a quick summary if you kind of haven't even heard of this game before. Again, as a quick reminder, a lot can change, you know, with the gameplay that we've seen being quite old, but there are some core functions, some core pillars that are believed to kind of still be present in the game. Again, it is an open world MMO, potentially free to play like other Lineage games, but that much hasn't been confirmed just yet. And the game is said to have a large variety of classes, although it appears that classes are more like characters with little sort of customization or gender locked options. And from some of the gameplay, it looks like you can swap between characters with like F1 to 4, and doing so completely changes your playstyle, although again, this could have changed. There also appears to be, from some of the original trailers, ways you can interact with the environment by like grabbing stone pillars and pulling them down on enemies, lots of kind of environmental interaction, that kind of stuff looks very cool, but from the gameplay itself, it just looks a lot of fun. It looks very kind of action oriented, lots of kind of like flashy moves going on, that kind of stuff. It's just the sort of style that I like. So that being said, that is what we have to go on the game right now. Hopefully you guys find this helpful. Again, if you guys have heard of this before, let me know in the comments down below. If you're completely new, but suddenly this has piqued your interest, again, similarly let me know. And if it has piqued your interest, make sure you stick around, because as and when we find out more about this game, it's one that I'm looking forward to, so I'll be sure to keep you guys posted anytime there's new information. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there if you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with. It's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.